I'm being rigged into the harness, and the insurance company calls up and they said, "We've reviewed this, and we feel it's too dangerous. Adam cannot do this stunt. Tory can do this stunt."
The other myth being untrue. Do you know that Jackie Chan actually told me many years ago there was a gag in Police, whatever, Police Story. Thank you. There was a gag in that looked really like, oh, too hairy. What the hell is this? Before digital,
Not the falling off the clock, the Harold Lloyd.
No, not that. It was a car gag where he fell. Anyway, and he goes, oh, and he explained to me how they did it. And the way this is not a joke, it's in Hong Kong. But the way they did it was, Jackie would come up with a gag with Sammo Hung. They would work out this gag. And then they'd go, oh, okay. And it would be like, Fong, try this. And one of the team, they called the team, the guy would try it, and it was like, oh, too bad. Okay, they adjust it, and they go, Bob, try it. Until it was kind of dangerous, and then Jackie would do it. It's true, but...
That is a great model.
Similar techniques on our show.
Sir?
Yes, do each of you have a Mythbusters motto or mantra?
Start with Adam, because he's a mantra guy.
The first one I came up with those years ago, failure is always an option. The one I'm most known for, I reject reality and substitute my own, is actually stolen from a movie called Dungeon Master.
How many of you guys saw that movie? More than they saw the other movie.
But that dude who asked the question was the one who saw the Gina Lollobrigida film we were talking about. Just FYI.
Just clarify that. Grant, answer his question.
Apparently mine is, they play our little mottos at the beginning of the show. Apparently one of mine is, I'm pumping as fast as I can. I have no recollection of ever saying it.
I have such a response I can't say.
Do it.
Yeah, great!
Well, mine is, if I feel like running, I'm going to run. And the corollary is, if you see me running, you should run.
My two favorite moments in Mythbusters, always, and they come every 3 or 4 episodes, is both Adam and JD. One is when they're doing something and Adam is like... and the other is when you watch JD never, he's completely impassive. And then he goes like, you just see this flicker of, holy shit.
I gotta say, before we do any of these myths, generally 2 things run through my mind. Either no shame, or why not?
My favorite is actually something that Grant said. It was we were doing a water bottle rocket, and we had a Al Hammer 5-gallon bottle filled with water. It shot up into the parking lot, and it was loaded with a 10-pound weight, and we were all running around because it was up over our head, and Grant's like, holy crap, everyone run! Now that I remember.
Sir?
I just want to suggest a myth. Appropriate for this venue, I suggest you test the Clark Kent disguise.
We tested that actually on Thursday, and it didn't work. I had a pair of horn-rimmed glasses, and I was like, But the baseball cap actually seems to work, right?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I wanted to walk the floor, and I found that if I get too costumed up or too covered, they think you're somebody, and they try to stop you. So all I did was put on a baseball cap. I walked right up to Grant, got right in his face, didn't recognize me. I walked past so many people I know, they didn't know me.
Yeah, wait, to be fair, Grant was on drugs.
As usual, I mean, how else do you get for a con?
Okay, maybe we've gone off the rails.
Yeah. All right, wait, next, what's your question, young man?
Have you guys ever had an outcome that you weren't expecting, like you were expecting busted, but it was possible?
I tell you, one of my favorite moments in this vein, Jamie and I were testing a myth about a guy who got so stinking drunk that he convinced a friend of his who was blind to drive him home. Figuring DUI versus just a ticket for driving without a license. It's no contest. So Jamie and I, we test this out. We're driving, each of us blindfolds ourselves and gets in the front seat of the car while the other one sits in the back and gives directions. And we were okay at it. Then we brought in a real, genuine blind guy who turned out to be a better driver than either of us. Because he had no preconceptions. You tell him to steer left, he just goes like this, and you tell him to stop. Whereas we keep trying to impose this map of the world on the darkness, and we screw it up. So then we went out to this location we love, an abandoned military town called, we call it Zombie Town. And we got Jamie drunk. And Jamie got in the back seat, the blind guy got behind the wheel, and the most astonishing thing happened that we would have never predicted, which is that drunk Jamie giving instructions to the blind guy made him drive like a drunk person. We were behind him in the chase car, going like 4 miles an hour. We were pissing ourselves laughing. And at the end, the car pulls to the end and stops, and Jamie gets out and just sort of straightens his shirt and goes, "Well, I thought that went quite well."
One says, "We've gone through 3 stop signs," and the other one says, "I'm driving." Sorry.
Have you tested the myth about the fear cage?
About the what?
All the paranormal shows always want to talk about fear cages, which sounds like hokum to me.
What's a fear cage?
Evidently, if you have bare wiring in the house and you're surrounded by the EMF field, it's supposed to cause hallucinations. It sounds like hokum to me.
No, we call that horseshit. John started the cursing, and now I can't stop.
Oh, yeah, John's fault.
Hi, first, I'm a big fan.
No. It's a little too much shady. That's weird.
But I was just wondering, since some of the myths cause big controversy and disagreement with the fans on the result, what's the biggest disagreement on a myth that they've ever had?
Is it splitting an arrow?
Ice bullet.
Ice bullet.
Ice bullet. Oh, well, yeah. Good question. You stumped me. Step right.
There's so many.
Yeah, I mean, a week doesn't go by, someone doesn't write to me and go, what about a meat bullet?
I have people walking up to me all the time saying, I have a friend who split an arrow to this day.
Well, I would have to say, though, it's playing on a conveyor belt.
Yeah, people play on the conveyor belt, no one who Look, it's such a long story, but we proved playing on the conveyor belt can take off, and people watched it and said, well, they got it wrong. Say, why? And they said, because you came up with a different result than I thought you would. we can't help those people.
You're lit up.
Yes, I am lit up.
Okay, what?
Okay, my dad and I always wondered, why didn't you use curved mirrors instead of straight mirrors during the Artemis death rite?
Because
like they did in that movie.
Because curved mirrors have a specific focal point, and you can't alter the focal point. And if you can design a curved mirror with a focal point that's 300 feet away, you're going to make $1 gazillion because the precision required is nearly impossible.
I happen to have right here